But no, I didn't know he was making a new movie yet. I'll look it up. Oh, it just came out 10 hours ago. That's why I haven't heard of it. There's a membership saline. I haven't stopped watching One Piece because of Fishman. I'm just taking a long break because of Fishman Island. That's not a bad idea, Joe. But I probably won't do it. I'll probably just keep grinding ranked. I think it's cool, Caesar. I think it'll be a good team. And no, I still haven't seen Late Night with the Devil yet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't watch this whole trailer or anything, not on YouTube, but I at least want to get the vibe.
I gotta tie my shoe.
What was the dad joke? He just said I have to tie my shoe. There is no John Christian 4 yet. I will play Gears once I hit plat. Let me take a guess. Everyone gets locked in the concert venue. I'm just throwing it out there. I think that's what's going to happen here. They're spending way too much time at this concert. This is probably going to be the primary location. It's a never-ending concert. Oh.
The feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him. This whole concert?
Cool.
It's a trap.
Alright. I got the concept. He's the butcher. Someone in that trailer is the butcher. Lady Raven is M. Night's daughter, by the way. That's sweet. I bet you he isn't there. The butcher is multiple people. The police force is the butcher. Yeah, it'll probably just be the dad, though. You're probably right. It spoils it in the preview if you skip another minute in. I doubt it. Not even M. Night would make that mistake. It's probably just a red herring. The butcher is actually an alien whose weakness is water. Yeah, the alien just loves Lady Raven. So they just activate the fucking sprinklers. It for sure spoils it's that. Alright, let me just see. I already got like the warning on YouTube though about detecting a trailer. So it's gotta be quick. I'll just skim around. Yeah, they definitely do make it look like it's the dad. Maybe it is. There's no way it's the dad. Remember, this is M. Night we're talking about. It's probably the janitor or some dumb shit like that. Yeah, I would have ordinarily said that like, no, that's too obvious. But then after watching Knock at the Cabin, I'm like, nope, it probably is just the dad. Because Knock at the Cabin was just so fucking stupid. Bet it's the daughter like others are saying. She's a fan. Why else would the butcher be there if they aren't a fan? Yeah, but the daughter looks like she's like 14. How many people could she have possibly killed to get the entire fucking police force here to set up an entire concert just to lure her out? But then again, it is M. Night. So maybe she visited the beach that makes you young and she's actually like 40 years old. Nah, she just split personality. I guess. Now, let me look up M. Night's filmography again. I think his last good movie was Split. Glass was terrible. And I can't remember what else he's had after that besides Old and Knock at the... I don't know this one. Wide Awake. People love Wide Awake, but I don't remember it. Sixth Sense, obviously. Unbreakable, obviously. Signs, yeah. I only vaguely remember The Village. Lady in the Water. Yeah, I didn't think it was good. The Happening, considered one of the worst movies ever made. The Last Airbender, actually one of the worst movies ever made. After Earth, everyone fucking hated it. I didn't bother seeing it. The Visit. So I didn't know this was a Shyamalan movie when I went to see it in theaters. I thought it was just like your normal horror schlop. And for the most part it is. But it actually has like a really good twist that I did not see coming at all. That they execute so nonchalantly that I was like, oh. Fuck it, flames. That was good. Split. I liked Split. Glass, bad. Old, bad. Knock at the Cabin, bad. Trap. So he's been on like a dog shit streak since at least 2008 with the occasional decent movie. Well, not even occasional. He has 2 decent movies in that time. Glass is fire. Glass is so bad. Such a pathetic end to what he built up with that. I thought Glass was awful. He's a prime grateful. The membership, Cal. I can't remember if I moist metered it. I think I did. But that was when I was still way too nice to things. I think I gave that like a 50. A 50 or 60 maybe? I don't know. But it is bad. I thought it was really just terrible. You gave it a 60? God, I used to be so nice on the moist meters. Holy shit. I gave that a 60. I still haven't seen Tenet, so I don't know. I haven't watched it. You gave The Mummy 2017 a 50, which is crazy. Oh my god, that's so wild. I was so nice on the early moist meters. Ugh. I gave Mummy 2017 a 50? Redo them. Yeah, just be significantly more harsh. Check the moist meter website and go over your past reviews. That's not a bad idea. Let me see. Someone put them all there? Wow, someone made a .org for it. Like, that's so cool. Alright. And I have no idea, Doomed. I did not like Quentin Tarantino's previous movie, though, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Alright, let's go through. Oh, this is cute. They even gave, like, a little shit tier here. Poop water when it was bad. And then, I guess, a golden shower for the moisties. Oh, wait, I see. For the worst movies. So when the things are the worst. Got it. I was way too nice on Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny, though, I will say. I think the main reason why I kind of gave it a little more than it deserved, I'd probably give it like a 50 now, but I gave it a 60 because I still had fun watching it with my parents. It's like the first movie we went to the movie theater to see together in a long time. Well, this still looks right. Flash, I'd probably give it like a 60 now. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else. It's just not very good in general. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I'd probably go lower, like a 30, 40-ish. I still put it on the worst movies of the 2023 list, though. But I definitely think that's way below 50. I don't know why I was so nice to it there. That was in 2023. The gloves had already come off. I don't know why I gave it a 50. These are looking about right. Except for Thor. Whoa, 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 whoa. I drank a stupid potion on 7/7/2022. I gave Thor: Love and Thunder a 65. Who let me hit the crack pipe? That movie is trash. That's one of my least favorite Marvel movies, up there with Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, that can't be correct. I gave this a 65? Oh my god. Someone laced my popcorn with Fint. What happened? What happened? Check the source material. I mean, they seem very thorough on this website here. I guess I did, but man, I don't know what came over me. Yeah, that one is baffling. Actually baffling that I gave it that high. Nowadays, logically, I'd definitely be putting that in the 30, 40-ish. Probably not 40, but like 30, 35-ish. That movie is atrocious. It does like nothing right. I even remember some of the things I was saying in there were scathing. Why did I end up giving it a 65? Was it just because of that shit, the black and white on the planet? And Christian Bale I thought did a good job, but there's no way I'd let him carry me to a 65. Oh, this one's weird. This is in the other direction. I'd give the Batman a little more than an 80. I think the main reason I did that is because I really thought the entire car chase sequence was stupid. Like, it wasn't visually bad or anything, but it was really stupid narratively. I must have really let that affect me. That must have made me real mad at the time. Because everything else about that movie is great. I still put it on the best movies of 2022. But 80 I do think is low for that. I must have still just been fuming because that car chase was stupid. Like, really stupid. Battlefield 2042 on launch was damn near unplayable. I ended up putting it on the worst game list. But I gave it a 65 because I believed that it'd be better by the end of the year. I kind of saw into the future and was very wrong about it. Holy shit, I gave Eternals a 60. 60 is fair, honestly. It is not. It's more like a 45. At the time, it was one of the worst MCU movies, but now we've definitely seen worse, so you're looking at it in hindsight like, I guess Turtles wasn't that bad compared to things like Thor, Love and Thunder, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But it's still not good. Oh, and even more insultingly, I put Black Widow on the third worst movie of the year, but I gave it a 70. What are my scores? What was I doing? What are these scores? These can't be right. There's no way, because I remember even pointing out how fucking stupid the entire movie was, especially with the villain whose superpowers stink. He's stinky, so she can't hurt him. The scores just had, like, I must have just been pulling numbers out of my ass, or Jackson did me dirty or something. Because Jackson and I used to converse on these for a while, but nowadays he doesn't really see any new movies, so it's just me. Like, maybe that's what was happening here? I can't recall. But, like, there's no way. That movie super sucks. No, I know these link to the video. Like, I have no doubt that he got this right. Like, this is what the score was. I'm just wondering why it would have been that. Because I remember hating this movie when I saw it. Like I said, though, it might have just been because Jackson and I used to do them together. And then just, like, meet on, like, where our scores matched. Or meet, like, in the middle of our scores-ish. So maybe that's what was going on? I don't know. That's crazy, though, to give Black Widow a 70. I went, like, full-blown IGN here. All of these still seem good to me. Except Cold War. I don't know why I give Call of Duty Cold War a 70. Had a cool campaign, but terrible multiplayer. I ended up putting, like, no time into the multiplayer. That's definitely too high for Cold War. Thanks for some Shark. Cyberpunk 2077 a 70. Yeah, that game barely worked on launch. I had so many bugs on my playthrough. I had so many problems with that game. It was very half-baked. Yeah, absolutely. It's great now. Cyberpunk is great now. But on launch, it was so bad that it actually got taken off of, was it PS3? Or, not PS3. No, actually. Yeah, it got taken off of the PlayStation Store because it would not work. PS4. Because it would not work on the PS4. Probably should have been lower, actually. I didn't weigh that hard enough. That game was broken on launch. That is one of, like, the worst written animes of all time. They butchered that adaptation. It's beautiful action, though. Like, the actual fights are fire. But the story is dog-ass. It is terrible. Makes no sense. Jumps around nonsensically forever. Yeah, that is way too high for God of High School. Way too high for that. A 65 for that is terrible. Yeah, no, I hated that game. I didn't even... It had to be with Jackson, because like I said, we used to make these together. It had to be... We, like, compared our thoughts and met on a score, because there's no way, in my right mind, I would have ever given that a 65. That game sucked. I hated it. I made fun of that game for so long, too. Like, I can't imagine I would have given that a 65. Secretly loved it all along. Why is PGA Tour an 80? Hey, actually, PGA Tour is fire in 2K21. I hadn't played a PGA Tour game in forever, but I had a lot of fun with PGA Tour 2K21. I don't even know why I bothered moist metering it, to be honest. But I had fun. I'd probably drop it to like a 30, but it's not like outrageously high or anything. That's not something that's like catching my eye. It's just some of these are either a little too high or a little too low. Like, one of them I saw that's a little too low was, where was it? Where the fuck was it? I just saw it a second ago. Oh, here. Last of Us 2. I feel like a 55 is definitely too low for The Last of Us 2. I was just really disappointed with the direction the story went, that I think it clouded everything else. Everything was still like an improvement gameplay-wise over the first one. And it's not like it was a terrible story, but the order in which they tell the story I thought was bad, and I thought the ending of this story was really bad and kind of nullifies a lot of what I think Last of Us wanted to build up for itself. But it's definitely not a 55. That should have been higher. I definitely watched it, I'm sure. But man, I remember nothing from it. At all. But I guess I really liked it. I gave it an 80. Or it's one of those weird ratings where, like, I was moderately pleased with it, so I gave it a fucking 80 for some reason. And then something like Midsommar. I don't like Midsommar. I think it is a remarkable step down from Hereditary, which I think is a masterpiece in horror. Like, I don't like it, but a 25 for Midsommar is crazy. Like, it's so weird to look at some of these ratings here. From 2019 to 2021, my ratings had, like, no consistency to them whatsoever. They are legitimately just all over the fucking place. I don't know what was going on. Your early reviews are even crazier. Are they? Yeah, we're still only in 2019. Man, this scale was all cattywampus here. Like, some of them I obviously still agree with, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a 50. I'd probably still give it a 50 today. I think that is one of Quentin Tarantino's weakest works. Like, a lot of these I still 100% agree with, but then there were some where I was just feeling some type of way. I was on that loony juice. Man, they blasted me with that dumb beam. And it's weird, because here's a movie I liked. The new Hellboy. Hellboy fans were super upset at it, but I thought it was really fun. Like, it has almost nothing in common with, like, the great Hellboys or anything. But man, that movie was so fucking enjoyable, especially the last 15, 20 minutes. And I gave it a 35. What was going on in my noodle? What is this movie? I don't remember it at all. What the fuck is it? God, I saw every dog shit horror movie ever. LMAO, Moz out of 20. Moz sucks. That movie was terrible. This movie was really bad. I remember this one. This one was about that lady who just like wanted to feel like a kid again, like real hip, so she like buys alcohol for some kids and stuff and lets them party in her basement. It's super stupid. That movie's trash. That's definitely a 20. I don't remember The Prodigy. I guess it's a 40. Seems a little high. Replica. Oh my god, why was I so harsh on replicas? I remember the movie very well, which I guess is more than I can say for half of these fucking things that I was giving 60s and 70s to willy-nilly. Replicas is that Keanu Reeves movie, which is actually a really sad concept for a movie in regards to Keanu Reeves being in it, because it's about his family dying, and he can't cope with the loss, so he creates replicas of his family. And it's not a good movie by any means, unfortunately, but I think it's a really personal one for Keanu Reeves, given what he's gone through in his life. I tore into it. Jesus. I remember even pointing that out too. I don't know why I ended up giving it a 10. It is bad though. It is not a good movie. RDR2, he's geeking. Nope. I'd absolutely still give that an 80 today. 100%. Amazing game, amazing story. I will never, ever, ever, ever replay it. It is a fucking slog. Nakey Jakey made 2 great videos going over some of the shortcomings of Red Dead Redemption 2, echoing my thoughts to the T that I got fucking blasted for when I did my moist meter on it. Oh my god, I was nice to Black Ops 4 in 85. That was when I was in full-blown Battle Royale mode, though. I was playing every Battle Royale. And Black Ops 4 was a fun Battle Royale, but it had nothing else to it. That was the only part of it I liked, and I let it carry it to an 85. Craziness. Craziness. Yeah, that looks about right. I'd probably still give Venom like a 25, 30, 35 maybe, at most. Movie sucks. I hate that movie. I think it's terrible. I think the second one's maybe about as bad, and I ended up giving that a 60. So that just goes to show you the discrepancy. Oh, this is one of the best bad movies in modern times. Up there with like, well, it's not up there with Moonfall, but it's in a similar vein as Moonfall. The new Predator movie. It's not new anymore now, but God, this movie was beautifully awful. Holy shit, this movie. Pretty sure I'm one of the only people in the world that watched this thing. Some of these movies I have to wonder why I even bothered moist metering them. What was the point? No one was ever going to go see Axel. Looking at the cover though is actually kind of cute. it was kind of an adorable movie. Yeah, Slender Man was terrible. 15% is definitely about right. Horrible movie. Oh my god, Wrinkle in Time. This is still probably one of the worst Disney movies. Oh my god, I actually still even remember one of my major complaints. And it sounds like a nitpick unless you've seen the movie. But there's a kid in this film, Charles Wallace. And they say that fucking name 10,000 times. They don't just use, like, anything else to talk to him. If they're talking to Charles Wallace, they say, Charles Wallace, have you considered this? Charles Wallace, what do you think you're doing? Charles Wallace, where should we go? Over and over and over and over again. That's the one where he gets orders on a train or something. Cool, I guess. I don't remember anything about it. I guess I kind of liked it, though. I remember the Insidious Last Key. Trash. What is Bright? Now we're getting into movies I just don't remember at all. Oh, fuck. This. Oh, my God. It's been that long? It's been 6 years since this trash? I thought it was much newer. Huh. What do you know? Time really flies. Horrible movie. I gave The Last Jedi a 70. It's gotta be Jackson. It's gotta be Jackson. It's gotta be. I hated that movie so much. There's no way. Jackson would have gave it less. Not at the time. You don't understand. Jackson used to be a Star Wars fucking fanatic, and he brainwashed me on some of that. Nowadays, he's like one of the most jaded people on the planet because all of the things he loves goes to shit, like Star Wars. But back then, he was still a huge enthusiast. I think he saw this movie like 4 times. It had to be that. I hated this even when I saw it. There's no way I would have given it a 70. There's no way. Oh, I remember this being very controversial. I gave Blade Runner 75. I'd probably give it like an 85 now. I rewatched it a couple years ago. It's a really good movie. And I remember really liking it in the theater too. I don't remember all the things I took off for it. I remember the one thing that I was disappointed by and still kind of disappointed by is that I felt there was so much more they could have done with that world. Well, obviously, a lot more they could have done with that story they were telling. And then they kind of pulled the punch on it. Like, it just felt like they cut itself short. This is the moist meter that WWE kept taking down. They took this thing down 5 separate times, and every time I used to fight them on it until I gave up. I think it's still up now, though. I think they finally stopped. Yeah. Dog shit movie. It's supposed to be about Bruce Lee. It's really not. They make him like the villain in his own movie. It's terrible. There's the Prime Piccolo. Bro's blaming Jackson like he's Clara on his computer or something. I just don't know what other explanation there could be for some of these. I don't know. I really don't. Like, I don't get it. Because, like, the ones that are really jumping out at me are ones that I know Jackson also played or watched. And like I said, we used to do all the scores together. So it's the only thing that almost makes some sense. Thanks for the membership, Scott. Call Jackson so he can defend himself. Jackson can't even remember what he had for breakfast on a daily basis. He is not going to remember fucking 5 years ago. It's worthless to even ask. He'll be like, wait, what movie? When did they make a new Star Wars? Like, he doesn't remember anything. Your principle back then was you tried to be as objective as you could, so a 50 to you was just mediocre. Yeah, but it's just those weren't mediocre. Like, I was still playing really nice. I still try and do that. Like, to me, a 50 is still like a perfectly average movie. But this was not a perfectly average game. Everything about it was below average, especially because it's in the Mass Effect universe. So you've already seen the potential of it, and it was still lacking in every possible department from pretty much every other game out at the time. I played so nice with it. And Ghost in the Shell is absolutely not above average. So I don't know. I don't know why I played so nice. Was Ghost in the Shell that bad? I wouldn't even say it was that bad, but it definitely... that would be something I'd probably give like a 50 to. Like, that is something I'd probably be comfortable giving like a 50 to. Do you think Edge of Tomorrow? Edge of Tomorrow was a classic. I love Edge of Tomorrow. They fucked themselves by changing the name like 3 times. It was Live, Die, Repeat at some point, then Edge of Tomorrow, and then they brought it back to like Live, Die, Repeat, Die, Live Again, Die, Die, Live, Die, Live. But man, that movie is good. If they could have just settled on an actual name to start, that would have popped. All You Need Is Kill was also another. I don't even remember that one, but that is atrocious. All You Need Is Kill? What were they smoking? Were they on my Fint pack? From back when I was giving Marvel's Avengers a 60?